Hi everyone, so this is going to be another tag video, and haven't done one of these in a while, I don't think, and I wanted to get this up in January because it's those sort of questions. As I mentioned in my last video, I've still got a little bit of a cold, so hence why my voice sounds like this. But this is the Great Expectations tag, as I'm sure you all know by the title, and I'll just jump right into it. So the first question is, a beauty habit to get rid of in the next year. My habit would be to stop picking my nail polish off. That is my one bad beauty habit. I always take my makeup off, I always wear sunscreen, I'm very, very good. But if my nail polish starts to chip, I have to peel it off. And I end up picking at it, and I end up making my nails split, and that's never a good thing. So to stop doing that, to make sure I get the nail polish remover out and take it off. Second one is beauty secret to add this year. This isn't a beauty secret, and it's not something that I'd necessarily add because it's something that I tend to do anyway, but body brushing. I talk about this in all my videos. It's very repetitive and boring, but it will make the world of difference to your body. Body brushing is the secret. Last year's beauty favourite. I have loads of last year's beauty favourites actually. I've got one right here which is the Rimmel Wake Me Up. It's not the Rimmel Wake Me Up, what am I talking about? The Rimmel Scandalised eyeliner in nude, which looks like this, and I did a video about my favourite products from last year, so I'll link that in the down bar if some of you haven't seen that yet. But that's my kind of top pick for a great find, great budget buy, great longevity, the only thing I've ever found, with the exception of the Chanel one, to kind of last in my waterline all day long, and I love it. Then beauty / body goal for 2013. My beauty goal is to get my hair to a point where I'm happy with it. At the moment, how my hair looks on camera isn't necessarily how it looks in real life. It looks a lot darker on camera. It isn't that kind of dark and cool toned, which I really don't like how it looks on camera, and it really needs to be cut. I was going to get it cut while I was away, but that didn't end up happening in the end. And so yeah, get my hair back to a point where I'm happy with it. I'm going to go and get it cut and layered and just get it looking good again, because I can't stand the way it looks at the moment. And my body goal is to lose a little bit more weight. I know a lot of people were kind of sending me comments saying they were getting worried that they thought I was getting a little bit too thin and that kind of thing. I'm not too thin. I'm never going to be thin. People sort of think that I don't eat very healthily as well. It works for me. It makes me happy, and I would still like to lose a little bit of weight and tone up. Then last year's biggest fashion mistake. My fashion mistakes last year, I think, were that I was significantly bigger and I still wore things like leggings and skinny jeans when my legs weren't really built for that kind of thing, and it didn't really look the best on me. So I think that was kind of my biggest fashion mistake last year. This year's trend prediction. I am going to go with studs. I think studs are not going to go away. Everyone's obsessed with them. I love a good bit of studding, hence my studded jumper. But yeah, studs I think are going to be a big thing this year. And the other thing that I can't see going away is the peplum trend, which I'm very not too pleased about, because I don't like peplum things. I don't think they look nice, and I just really don't like them. So I can't see the peplum trend going away anytime soon, but I wish it would. Then this year's fashion must-have. That's a really hard question. Some fashion must-have. I think living in such a cold country, it has to be nice jumpers, but they have to be nice ones, not big baggy shapeless granny jumpers. A nice jumper and a nice pair of boots are my fashion must-haves. And as I said, this year, anything with studding on it. Last year's happiest moment or biggest achievement. I think in terms of YouTube, my biggest achievement last year was to reach 10,000 subscribers. I was really, really pleased. Obviously, I've kind of topped that now, but 10,000 subscribers was kind of like a big landmark for me. That made me really happy, and just kind of getting a bit more serious about YouTube and the kind of future of it and that kind of thing made me really happy. And in terms of personal things, I think kind of, I don't know, living with my boyfriend kind of had its ups and downs, but you know, evidently it's made me happy. And I can't think what other things. I'm sure there's been things, but off the top of my head I can't think of anything. Then last year's biggest challenge. Last year's biggest challenge, I think, was losing weight, because I really needed to. I'd let it go and I'd gotten really big. And the other thing was moving. I hate moving, and we moved, and we're gonna have to move again soon, and it just kind of isn't the best thing really. But this year's key resolution. I did a blog post about my New Year's resolution, so I'll link that in the down bar for you to go have a look at. But I think probably just to try and be a bit more of a positive person. I'm a very negative person. I always point out the negative in everything and everyone, and I'd like to stop doing that. And also to not gossip about people would be a nice little thing that I should probably learn how to do, because I gossip a lot. And also to try and kind of just make a bit more effort to not be on the computer during the evenings when I'm with my boyfriend or with friends and that kind of thing. I'm always fiddling with my phone or the computer and doing things, and it's not very social, and it's kind of not very fair either, because I generally tend to be doing it all day long anyway. So I'd like to not do that anymore. But they're my kind of key personal resolutions. And then any motto advice for this year. I think my main advice would be to just let it go. And by that I mean not to get stressed about everything, because I am a real stress head. I kind of, you know, if my train's late, I get all agitated and I can't focus. And that's just really weird and neurotic, and you know, my boyfriend always calls me Monica. He always says that I'm like Monica from Friends, because I get really stressed about everything and kind of agitated. So I'd like to be able to kind of try and knock that habit on the head, because it's not the nicest habit. And the other thing that I wanted to just say was to read more. I didn't read much last year at the beginning, and then I kind of started to read more, and I am really loving reading again, and I just think it's so amazing for you. It calms you down, it makes your vocabulary better, and it's just, I don't know, I'm a huge fan of reading. I think reading's great for you. So read more in the new year. That would be another piece of advice. And stop fiddling with your hair when you're making videos would probably be another good one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to answer these questions in the comments or leave me a video response, then that would be great. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.